It's like kind of ironic though. It's like I think the whole reason we were like, oh, we have anything but a real job, and then now we just have like so much more to do than a regular job. Like a regular job would be so much easier.
Sure.
We were just like, well, if Instagram's not going to pay us money, then how are we going to make money? Right when I met him, he's one of those guys that you're just going to be good friends with.
He's broke every bone. I remember how many bones he's broken.
He's broken a lot. I've only broken like my wrist, my couple fingers, and I mean maybe I don't think I broke my back. My back, I like basically folded like a chair, and so like when I did that, my whole weight just like pushed against this, and like if this is my lower back, I could just feel it like whatever happened, I don't know.
Welcome to Bending Over Backwards with James Adkins. I'm your host, Dr. James Adkins, where each week we take a deep dive into what it takes to break through barriers and change the game, whether that's in medicine, business, or life. And today I'm sitting here with Parker Smith, who is the founder and CEO. He runs Get Cindy, which is a media company.
We are, yeah, indeed.
Yes, sir. And a crazy media company, because I was looking on your Instagram today, and you've got some dangerous clients.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, I can't attribute it to anything that I do. Mostly it's just all the athletes. They're just, I mean, they don't get paid enough. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, how'd you get in that space? I mean, walk us back through, how you landed there.
Yeah. So, well, I'm a co-founder, so I do have a partner that we founded it with, but I'll jump into that. But originally I started a page called Jerry Slams on Instagram.
Jerry Slams.
Jerry Slams.
Slams.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. If you ski, you'd probably know about it. But I basically just like would find all these kind of like niche videos of kids in like Colorado and Utah and Idaho. It was while I was going to school at the University of Idaho.
Okay.
I was in the fire program up there, and I'd have a lot of free time, and I love skiing, and so I would just like find myself on Instagram just like laughing at videos. And I used to watch these videos from. You ever heard of Kook Slams?
No.
Ever heard of Kook of the Day?
No. My kids have.
R.I.P.
Sure.
Kook of the Day.
Yeah.
Kook of the Day was this like, it might be back up. I don't think it is though. They got taken down for something. But basically, have you heard of Jerry of the Day?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So this is all
Sorry,
going to
There's
sound
a generational
really weird.
gap here, brother.
Okay. So basically like, let me back up then. So there's like these like communities on Instagram. It's kind of like what Get Cindy is. But obviously you have meme pages. You've seen those.
Yeah.
And then, Kook of the Day was kind of like a quasi meme page, but also just like making fun of people at the beach.
Okay.
So it's all beach based stuff. Like if you're,
It's easy to make fun of people at the beach.
yeah, for sure. Shoebies,
Different
right?
bodies.
Yeah. People getting like smashed by waves, or like people just dragging stuff, trashing the beach, just like,
Husband yelling at his wife.
yeah, being tourists and stuff or
Kids
whatever.
sunburned.
Yeah. So like I think it started locally really, and people were just like, this is, of course, these are what these people are doing. And so it kind of just kind of a shit talking page really. And then Kook Slams was kind of the same thing, but it only focused on people getting absolutely demolished at the beach. So by waves or other, I don't know, it could be anything, but really just people getting kind of hurt at the beach. And I was loving that. And so I spent a lot of time on there. And then I also would like watch these videos of skiing because I'm a skier. And this page called Jerry of the Day was also online. And I was like, I just got to go. I'd love to find Jerry Slams because it'd be even funnier. And then, there wasn't one. And I was like, well, I guess I could start, collecting videos basically. And you're basically just an aggregator at that point, just to like basically create. And then you create community and you just interact with people. And you're really just talking shit like for fun. And
Getting paid for it.
It wasn't even like, for a long time, I wasn't even making money. Like it was just kind of it was a hobby. And we would just like, other like-minded skiers or snowboarders would just like laugh, and you'd post something and everybody would just have a good time.
It is fun. I've been snowboarding now for about 15 years. No, 18 years. Kind of about 18 years. And it's one of my jams. I love snowboarding. We talked about offline. I'm a kite surfer too. But it is funny to see people crash sometimes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
On a mountain. So you were did you go to university to ski? I mean, you were in Idaho?
No, I didn't ski. Well, I mean, I skied while I was there, but they only had an alpine team, which was like, like downhill racing and stuff like that. Actually, no, they didn't even have that. Who was that? There was another school I was looking at to go. But anyway, they didn't have like a whole straight up team. But me and my buddies would just go ski Schweitzer and like, hit the park for the weekend and ski powder, whatever. But yeah, I tried snowboarding a couple times. I'm okay at it, but I grew up skiing. I'm really comfortable.
If you're a great skier, there's no reason to stop,
Well,
I was an average skier, so it's easy to become a snowboarder.
A great is definitely subject to who you're talking to. I mean, I was all right. I didn't I couldn't throw down crazy corks or nothing like that, but I could go fast and have fun, hit some pretty steep stuff. And
it's harder though. It's harder to be a great skier.
Yeah.
Like a phenomenal skier. You can be a pretty phenomenal snowboarder in a few seasons, I think.
Yeah,
I just think
sure.
the learning curve's different. It's just
yeah. It also depends on what you're doing. Like there's guys you got Woodward, but then there's like Banger Park in Austria. Or it might be, no, it's Austria. But like big airbags. And like, so if you have access to like some pretty cool facilities, you can like progress so much faster. If you're trying to do a park and like, learn inverted tricks and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, spinal cord injuries are not good. Not good, man.
When you invert. Yeah. That's when they happen. Yeah. I was, skiing Schweitzer and I was like just getting comfortable, skiing like backwards and stuff. And like they call it switch. And so I was like, skiing down this, it was pretty steep. It was like, I don't know, probably black. And then maybe
backwards?
Yeah. But I was going forwards and then like I went to switch, but it had just like rained but it was powder. It was like a powder day. So it was like, I was like, oh, it's, it's soft. Like I'll be fine. But it kind of rained because we were up at like high elevation. Like the temperature differential was weird. And there was like kind of this ice sheet over the top of the powder. And like when I went to go turn back out, like my skis kind of got stuck. And I was like, all right, well, I'll just go to fall over. And I was going pretty fast at that point. And I would like go to just like hit the ground so I could stop. And I literally just smashed into a tree.
Oh.
And like my back ever since then was like pretty hurt.
So I run a spine and pain program.
I know.
Yeah. I'm not a real doctor anymore. I haven't seen a patient in 20 years, but I used to be.
I feel like that doesn't expire.
Oh, that's kind. Thank you. Walk me back on, your story as, because you run a business now. So one of the things that is very interesting to me is how business owners, how they process doubt, stress, challenges, the capacity, the resilience of the human spirit to be able to overcome, in the face of adversity is something that, I'm a lot older than you. It really, really fascinates me how people deal with that. So share with me, what are some of your tools for dealing with doubt, fear, stress?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, at the beginning, like when I made the jump to go full time into like media and action sports publishing and just kind of like the action sports world, and that wasn't very long ago. That was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And so me and my partner were like, we got this now. And the initial jump was like, do we got this? I mean, is this something?
Scary.
Well, you go from like having, retirement, like a company's like
corporate job.
Yeah. Like
safety net, money.
Safety net.
Sure.
Okay, I got a car. I got like, especially if you have like other people that are relying on you. Like, I mean, I don't have kids, but like, if you have a girlfriend and you want to get married, whatever, right? Like, you're like, okay, so if I do this, what are the implications for everybody else? And so that's even scarier because then you're like, if I do this now, am I going to and fail? Then what is my timeline for like providing for a family? So that was like a big thing for me. I was like, that's like probably like the biggest fear, I guess, driver is like
how it affects people around you.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if it's just me, like, I think obviously my risk tolerance goes way higher.
Sure. That's why I say young entrepreneurs, it's a great time.
It's a
great time to lean in, fail fast.
Yeah.
Because it less collateral damage.
No, for sure. I was 21, and I was in Idaho at University of Idaho, and I was listening to Gary Vee, and
crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, I was just, kind of. I mean, not really. It was just, I was in the fire program, and so I would just like listen to podcasts when I wasn't working, and I listened to this one thing he said. He's like, if you're gonna fail like miserably, like if you're gonna just like lose everything, you just do it in your 20s. Like he's like, it doesn't matter what you do in your 20s. Yeah, and so I was like, and I mean, I probably took that for a little too much value because I was like, if he says it, like I'm good. But yeah, I mean, so I was just like, I'm gonna try this as best I can. And that's when I met Noah. my partner, and he actually started the Instagram page Kid Sendy while he was in high school.
Wow.
And he was just like, interact with athletes and post videos and like basically just like prop up athletes' tricks and like what they're doing. And he would like post them while he's in class. And so, but back in the day, we were like pretty small. Like we had like less than probably 50,000 followers total together. And
now
then,
you have, my sons were telling me.
Yeah,
When I was looking up your Instagram page, my son's like, Dad, this guy's 800,000.
Yeah, it's like
crazy.
I don't know, 860 or
Yeah,
something.
that's
And then
cool.
Jerry Slams is like 220.
Wow.
And then we have another one called Remarkable TV, which we actually acquired from another guy who we knew who built it. And he was just burnt out. And so I haven't really decided what to do with that one yet, because it was kind of a similar like style channel. But yeah, we're in the space with, I don't know, 1.2, 1.3 ish total. And then right now we're just trying to grow our YouTube and TikTok, because that's something we haven't been really good at.
Where do you think you're the strongest with your media company,
Like platform wise or business wise?
platform wise?
Instagram for sure.
Instagram.
Yeah, that's like where pretty much everything is.
Okay.
We've been trying to grow Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, but like the content differentials are like pretty great. Like the content styles on TikTok are so much different than what you get on Instagram, and also like the people on Instagram versus the people on TikTok, like demographic wise, age wise, what they like, how they like it. So everybody like eats content
What
differently.
about old guys on Facebook?
Yeah, so we've been trying to do some funny. I mean, it would actually be really funny. We were thinking about making content that's like tailored towards like boomers.
Yeah, I'm not a boomer, but they're a little bit in front of me, but not a whole lot.
What generation are you?
Well, I'm just behind the boomers.
Okay,
So I guess is that Generation X?
I don't know, to be honest.
I don't know.
I just know there's Gen Z and millennials, and I don't even know where boomers are. I just call my dad a boomer just to mess with him.
I think boomers are technically like 64 and to the war, like from the war to like 64 or
Okay.
62. I'm
Okay.
not that old.
Yeah. Well, we were thinking about making like, because like Facebook, when I think of Facebook, I just think of like politically charged content,
Yeah.
but not in like a completely unbiased way. Like it could be left or right or whatever. But we were thinking about like, what if we just made these like regular action sports posts or whatever, and just like
see where it goes.
put like politically charged memes on top of them and be like,
Try it.
like if you agree. But that's nothing to do with like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
stupid.
People my age do. They do get a little too caught up in politics, I think. I mean,
don't know.
it's what a waste. I mean, what a waste.
I mean, I don't have time, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah.
I mean, don't
Wasting
get me
your time
wrong, I got
getting
my
mad is-
political
yeah.
views and whatever, but
Sure.
like majority of my time is spent on like trying to
grow.
trying to help people do backflips and film
Yeah.
it, or tricks and whatever. So yeah, I think it's pretty, I mean, action sports as a whole, like I don't think I've ever really gotten to like a politically charged conversation, discussion, or argument with
It's boring.
pretty much anybody.
It's honestly boring stuff.
Yeah, I think like when you're dealing with people that basically you're just like pretty driven to do, whether it's surfing, skiing, skating, like,
Nobody cares.
yeah, they're pretty focused on that.
Yeah. That's boring stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And so, but yeah, the whole fear aspect of it is definitely an interesting one.
So it's sweating in here. It's 117 out today.
Dude, I was driving over in the car and I actually took a video, and it said, we're in Scottsdale. It said 122 on my dash, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's a different world.
But hey, you know, you just
have a
you just
Peroni.
got to accept it. You just got to accept the
gotta
sweat.
adapt.
Yeah, you
Gotta
just
adapt.
got you just
That's
got to lean into it, man.
You get a Peroni during your podcast when it's 117.
Yeah, exactly.
So, so you're on a journey. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. I've owned many companies, and I'm a lot longer in the tooth than you are. And I'm still on a daily basis dealing with, dozens of employees and my own stuff and a family and
Yeah.
fear and doubt. And it doesn't go away. It never goes away. You think,
Yeah.
I was your age. I thought, oh man, as soon as I make $1 million, I'll be good.
Yeah.
No, as soon as I do this, I get the fancy house.
I'll be
I
good.
get the family.
There's always
the
a
beautiful-
bigger fish, man.
And never, you're wanting to, you're always wanting to expand, right? So it never
Yeah.
goes. If you want to, if you're an ambitious person, I think you're gonna suffer more.
Yeah, for sure. I will say, like, I struggle with like taking on too much sometimes, because like I'll take some stuff on and then other things will come that I'm like, oh, this is like a really good opportunity too, and then we've got like so many things moving, but we try to treat every project like its own like mini business almost, where it's like as long as we have the resources provided for this project, then we're good, and we can always like hire in and out because we use mostly freelancers for a lot of this stuff.
That's not, you can scale quick.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
freelancers.
Like we've tried to like set this whole thing up to where, and we have like different arms of the business to where we can like, if we take stuff on, we can scale it in and out depending on, you know, how busy we are. But just from a mental standpoint of like what me and Noah go through, it's definitely like, there's definitely times where we're like, okay, this was maybe too much. And
Yeah.
we got like 4 or 5 projects going at the same time. And then, you know, we got to show face at an event and film. And then, you know, I mean, it gets pretty hectic.
It does. So how do you, what's your best, that's what I'm drilling down on, because this is my passion.
Drill down on me, man.
What is it? What do you know, you have a bad day. What's your go-to?
You know,
I don't even exercise. I don't really listen to music.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true. I guess I've never really thought about like having a specific like process to help me de-stress myself. Cause for me, it's just like, if shit needs to get done, then I'll just do it. I'll work 24 hours if I have to and be tired and then just go sleep later. But, cause nobody else is going to do it. No. I'm not going to let the deals fall through. But I guess I work out. Like if I don't work out like for the day, then I'll like kind of be not upset, but like,
you can feel it.
I'll feel it. Yeah. I'm like, I didn't get a workout in today and everything's kind of off, you know? But yeah, then I go through like these motivational waves too, where like myself, like I don't know how you say that, but I myself am like more efficient some days than others. And like some days I just like have zero motivation to do anything.
Every human goes through that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like, so those days I'm like if I know that I'm like kind of worthless at work, and then I'm like, okay, well then I might as well just like do something else to change my mindset.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just try to go figure something else that'll make me happy in that moment and then go from
change
there.
gears.
Yeah, just change gears. Like if I'm just staring at like contracts or whatever and editing and I'm just like,
oh, it's terrible looking at contracts.
yeah, I'm just, I like AI has helped a lot just to like digest them, you know, but
AI is amazing. It's helped me get rid of a lot of my legal bills.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
well, lawyers are like,
they're passe.
$200, $700 an hour, man. Like, and AI will be like, there's your contract.
Much money I've spent with attorneys. You own a medical practice, your surgery centers. I'm always having to interface with attorneys, and they charge you when they're sleeping.
Oh,
it's a billable hours thing.
Yeah.
Well, the billable hours, I'm like,
it's like a dealership, you know. Takes them 30 minutes, but they're like, there's 4 hours.
There's 17 hours, you know, at $500 an hour.
10K for your oil pan there.
So the one little unsolicited advice I'll give you about attorneys: whenever you have a question for an attorney, don't go to him, meet with him or her, and ask him to research it.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a bad idea. Hey, it's better can I buy an hour of your time? And then go and ask them questions. If they don't know the answer, get a different attorney, because if they got to go look it up, it's going to cost you. Okay. But I think about AI, it's going to get rid of the legal profession.
Yeah.
Unless you're a trial attorney, I think it's going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
How is it going to affect your business? That's a I don't
know. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, on lawyers, I will say one of my best friends growing up, Paul Armo. Shout out, Paul. He's like he'll help me no matter what, and like I always. It's
good to have a buddy.
Dude, he's the best. He's actually, it's funny. It's like actually kind of crazy. No matter what he says, and if I ever like, oppose his opinions and like look it up later, he's
always right.
He's always right.
It's nice to have a smart attorney friend.
It's crazy how right he is, and like at this point, I don't even ask questions. If he says something, I just tell people, I'm like, Paul's right. I'm not even gonna, like, it's been. Probably 50 to 100 times where I've tried to contest him. Yeah. And it never works out.
There are some brilliant attorneys. I've got a couple too. They're brilliant.
Yeah, they really are. So, I mean, AI for sure, the contract stuff I think is definitely where that's going. But I think with like business litigation and real estate stuff and issues, that they're never really going to go anywhere.
They're going to be around for trial attorneys especially. But getting back to the AI and the authenticity and social media, I mean, you're out filming. I saw some of your stuff. I mean, it's crazy what you guys are doing. Your media. So how are people going to know what's real? I'm sure you get asked this question all the time. And how are we going to know in a couple of years when something's been generated by a guy like you out there hanging out of a plane, taking it, or your buddy,
Clay or Noah.
Clay diving out with a wingsuit.
He does a lot of helicopter stuff. Good question. I mean, honestly, I don't even know. Like right now, it's kind of crazy because like the only way that I can tell AI is even fake is like the human interaction of it. Cause like if I can see, cause it looks real, but a lot of it's fake. But I haven't really seen a lot of fake action sports content coming out. So I'd have to like really dig into that. I know I've got a buddy who actually makes skate content, but you can kind of tell it's fake. So I don't know. I honestly have no idea how AI is going to affect that. Maybe like I hope it affects the editing industry well, because like editing podcast, I mean, there's autopod and stuff, but like actually editing like a ton of footage into like usable, digestible clips that you can go in there and then take, that would be sick. But yeah, I don't know how it's going to affect AI in the space. You what?
I said he just gave you an idea. You're gonna start producing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. Somebody go do that, please. Yeah, but I mean, I really think that like there's not a ton that can do that so far. I know Adobe and OpenAI and all these guys are like trying to train their AIs to go make videos like that, because we've been approached multiple times to go like give people our footage and stuff like that, which we haven't done yet, but maybe. There's a lot of agencies involved in that, but yeah, I don't know. Even if there was an AI that can make these videos of like that look real, it's like, to what end though? Because the only reason people do this stuff is to like continue to push the limits and push the boundaries, and like that's why people are so interested in like world's firsts or never been dones, because like no one's ever done them. Yeah. And so even if you had an AI to perfectly make something that looks perfectly real, like I don't think anybody really give a shit.
Yeah, you don't think so?
I don't know.
Because you have some pretty impressive clients.
Yeah.
Alina was telling me.
Yeah. I mean, we've done.
Because if AI took that over, that would be painful. I mean.
Yeah, but took over what?
Well, just creating a video. You said you were out with a guy he's a sit down athlete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's challenged.
Jay Raw. Yeah.
Jay. And you're doing some crazy videos. He's real. That's authentic.
Right.
But what if somebody then dupes that and then sells it? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could definitely get views from it. You could get attention from it.
Yeah.
But like everybody be like, you're a bitch.
Yeah. For sure.
No, but like, I don't know. You could definitely get views from it. Like people on Twitter or Instagram would be like, this is crazy. Yeah. And the only person that would know it's fake is the person that made it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Because monetizing your business, that's
surprisingly, no.
No?
Meta is terrible at helping their creators monetize. And unfortunately, we created our platform on Instagram. And there used to be these things called Reels bonuses, and they would do like these monthly allotments. And they said you can make up to like $30K a month on views, but you would have to get something stupid like 320 million views, which is like pretty much impossible.
Okay.
Like pretty much for anyone, unless you're like Justin Bieber or something. But then they actually took that away altogether. So, which was kind of sucks. But yeah, so the whole monetization portion of like what we do was a really big question mark up until like 2 years ago. We were just like, well, if Instagram's not going to pay us money, then, you know, how are we going to make money? That's a big question mark.
Yeah.
And then but naturally we kind of just fell into production. And
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we had been essentially like, you know, our mission was to elevate athletes and elevate action sports, because we really saw a gap of like, there was no community for action sports. There was X Games, but at the time they weren't really doing the whole like propping up athletes in other things other than X Games. Because I mean, X Games is like the pinnacle of action sports performance, really. And then you got a lot of people coming in to kind of copy them and do different things, but they didn't really have like a distribution aspect of it around the entire space.
Okay.
Now they're jumping into that, and they're actually doing a lot of the same stuff that we're doing, and we've been doing for the past 5 or 6 years, which I'm not mad about. I think a high tide rises all ships.
Sure.
Because
there's mature.
There's really like, I mean, if you think about it, it's like in its infancy, action sports is, because like NFL, NBA, like they've been around for a while. They've had times, they have stadiums, they have networks, they have leagues, they have teams well funded, like, you know, and when you look at action sports, they're just starting to get leagues going. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, but monetization wise, we just fell into production. So we started, brands would come to us and see the videos that we would either produce ourselves with athletes, or, you know, show and showcase and get views for other athletes. And they would be like, oh, can we make this for our product, or can we make something similar? And we're like, yeah, I guess the first one we were like, yeah, I guess we could. And then that's when we're like, oh, we can actually have a production company.
That's cool.
We can actually be a production company.
You evolved.
Yeah, for sure. And, that didn't take too long for us to realize that. But then kind of like really evolving it into the newer business model that we're running, which is one side of it's production, but it's also connecting the dots between either brands or locations like travel boards or specific places like, surf parks or skate parks or whatever, like really popular destinations. And so we can kind of interchange those and then go grab the right athletes and say, here's the content idea or here's what we can do. And then we can guarantee impressions on the back end with a real and engaged driven community.
I didn't realize that. That's
cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So that was kind of like the next evolution of what we kind of figured out what to do. And once we did that, then it was like, it just made sense. Yeah. Well, it was like, cause I worked at an RV dealership. I also worked making an app for car sales people, and I would like film the content, right? And I would like help edit the content. And I had worked in RV sales as well, and nothing against like, that whole industry, but I mean, it was like sales in general was like, you're really talking people into stuff and like
boring. Not fulfilling either.
For sure. Not for me. I was like, I can't do the mundane stuff.
Yeah.
I also couldn't wasn't fulfilling enough for me because I didn't feel like I was basically like giving people value for their lives, where I get it. Like a lot of people, need that help to go get a car or an RV or whatever. But for me, I was just kind of out of it. I was like, this isn't for me. But when we kind of made this whole new business model for what we're doing, we were providing value for a brand with our community. And we were also providing value to the community, which is one thing we never really saw, because people would be like, oh, we want to advertise with you, or we want to you get these random people that want to put ads on your community just because you have followers.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of bullshit. And so we would always say no. We're like, this makes no sense. Like we're a targeted platform, we're a targeted community. We only do stuff in the action sports space, and we like to do that. And people would be like, oh, well, we'll just pay you to do this. And I'm like, no. Nobody's going to give a shit. I don't want to do your crypto or your
oh, geez.
Let's do this whole, I don't know.
Trying to sell a widget on your...
Yeah, or the class, master class guys that are I'll teach you how to...
Oh, gosh.
I'm just like, guys...
The gazillionaire who never had an employee.
Yeah, exactly.
Rented Ferrari.
Rent the Ferrari and the jet. But anyway, there was a lot of that for a while because, we were just trying to find our way. Felt like we were on a boat with, just trying to find a lighthouse, just sailing around.
So how many employees do you have?
Right now, we got about 15 people working with us in total. Me, my co-founder, we have a team of people for licensing. So we do we have video licensing, and we have different clients like MTV Ridiculousness. Have you ever seen that show?
No.
It's like a bunch of, I don't know how to explain it. It's, you know Rob Dyrdek?
Rob Dyrdek?
That's all good.
Sorry,
he's
man.
A skater.
Sorry, dude.
He's a legend. But anyway, he's got a TV show. But we provide videos to different platforms.
Okay.
It's short form stuff.
Okay.
So video, fail videos, or just people doing crazy stuff. Of people. It's called user generated content, UGC.
Okay.
And then we'll license that out to different clients that need to use it for whatever they're doing.
So what is you're a skier. What other extreme sports do you do? Because your buddy Clayton,
he's crazy.
That dude,
don't even compare me to him. He's crazy. Yeah,
he's got some cojones,
dude. Yeah, he's nuts. Whew. He's way cooler than I am.
Guy's a stud.
He really is, dude.
Yeah.
And
Don't
let
nice.
your head get too big, man.
and nice.
He's the best.
Cool cat.
He's the best, and even right when I met him, he's one of those guys that you're just gonna be good friends with, and you could just do whatever, and we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually knew each other from Instagram. We used to post his scooter videos.
Oh, that's how you met him.
Well, technically, yeah, but we did. I've never.
He was a world-class scooter guy.
Yeah, he was the best in the world for, I don't know, 5-6 years. Yeah. I don't know the timeline on that, but yeah.
After 4 or 5 concussions, decided that was enough.
Yeah, I mean, scootering is gnarly. People hate on it.
I saw his videos, man. He's got cojones.
Dude, he's nuts.
Dropping in 4 stories. I mean, that's...
Yeah, the mega quarter over at Woodward. Yeah, that was cool. We actually just posted a video on that. That was crazy. But he's just, I don't even know how many world's firsts he has. I'm sure he's got a couple. I should ask him about that. But yeah, clay's cool. But for me, I just grew up skiing mainly.
Okay.
I used to skate when I was younger, and then I surf now. Never done mountain biking. I'm not
Surfing.
really-
So I'm a kite surfer.
Okay.
We were talking about that.
Yeah.
Never just with the board. I got to have the kite to propel me across
You
the
never
water.
just surfed?
Never.
That's crazy. Well, you're
I was
probably
a
all right.
snowboarder. Yeah. Well, yeah. I would think some
Yeah.
pretty decent.
Have you been
kite
out
surfer.
to Mesa, Revel?
No.
Have you heard of it?
Well, that's a new water park, right?
Yeah.
But you can't kite surf out there. You can just
We can make that happen.
could you?
Oh yeah. If there's
Get the
wind.
wind. Yeah.
If there's wind,
Interesting.
yeah, for sure.
Do you surf
I could
there?
get the green light. Yeah, I have.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a
I didn't
river
think
wave
that was
too.
finished yet. That's completely solved.
It's not completely finished, but the
Okay.
pool's finished and the
Okay.
river wave's finished, so you can go out there and surf.
Is it a decent park?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Okay.
really it's sick. Like there's a full bar. There's like cabanas. There's a beach. There's diving platforms. There's basically a left and a right wave that they have this like really cool machine with all these different like cube things that they can
Control
make.
the wave.
Yeah, you can like switch it from like Malibu wave to like lowers in like a second. Like you can just say like, oh, I want to hit this wave, and they'll give it to you.
Have you been to Portugal?
Never. I've always wanted to go to what is it, Nazare or
Yeah.
Nazar, whatever however you say that.
I don't know how you say it, but that's a big wave.
Big wave. You see the swell that hit Tahiti this week?
No.
Well, yesterday actually.
Was
But
that something to do with that had nothing to do with the tsunami, did it? It's
I don't
think so.
so because that would have had to be
A week ago, I guess.
Yeah. No, I think it would have already hit. Yeah, I think it was just a storm. Like,
What kind of wave?
so Teahupo'o, I don't know if I'm saying that right either. It's spelled Teahpoo, I think. I think there's a U in there maybe. That's a really cool wave. If you've never seen that, definitely like look it up. If you want to see something crazy, look up Koa Rothman. I think it's 2014, his crash, or his he wiped out. It was like XXL, like the biggest wave you've ever seen. And I mean, this wave is like, it's a slab wave. So there's like this reef and people actually like get stuck in the reef, like if they go under and like die. But it's like a slab wave. So the reef is like this, and then the water comes up around the reef. And so you like basically you can paddle in, but most people like on the really big ones, you got to like jet ski in.
Yeah.
And then they say it's like a wave where you like, because I've obviously never surfed it, but they say it's a wave where like it goes around you and you kind of just almost stay there for a second, and then you obviously like can like surf it, but it's a slab wave, so the whole ocean like around the reef kind of curls over that reef. It's like a thick wave. Yeah.
Thick wave. What's the most gnarly wave you've been on? Where?
I rode a longboard. It was probably the stupidest idea I've ever done. I was in Waikiki. I was just beginning to surf, and I paddled from like Waikiki all the way past the hotels, all the way out to like there's like this other break on like the curve. And I was just some Australian guy, and it was like my first or second time
He talked
surfing.
you into it, some Australian.
No, I didn't even know he was Australian until after. I was just out there, and I don't know, it looked like some local dudes. They were kind of giving me dirty looks, and I'm like, all right, it's time to go in. And like right when I said that, there was like a big set coming. I just happened to like catch it with this Australian dude, and we literally rode it like all the way back. It was probably like a whole minute long wave. It was pretty good, but yeah, nothing crazy. Like I haven't even been like barreled. Like I want to get barreled, but never have.
But you grew up in California, so you grew up surfing?
I did, but I grew up in the Central Valley. So like,
Okay.
I grew up in like almost the foothills, like mountainous area. Kind of, you know where Mammoth is?
Yeah.
So on the west side of the Sierras, 30 miles west of Mammoth is where China Peak is, which is like my home mountain. And then right below China Peak is like Shaver Lake, Prather, and Fresno and Clovis. And so I grew up in Clovis, which is
Okay.
like right at the base of that mountain.
Okay.
So the ocean's still like 3 hours away. So it's kind of a
Long way to go.
a push for a morning surf.
So what about your family life? Let me hop, skip, and jump over here. What were you like as a little boy?
Oh, as a little kid?
Was it an idyllic kind of existence there, and things were pretty good?
Yeah, it was pretty cush. I had a great family. My dad had a mattress business,
Okay.
and so he was a mattress guy, and he's still in the mattress industry. But we grew up. I was born in Sacramento, and then we moved to Fresno, and just always around beds.
Yeah. Mattresses are
Always
good.
around mattress. Yeah, just a suburban boy. Yeah, grew up skating with my brother outside, and playing sports here and there.
And now you're on this odyssey where you bought an RV.
Yeah, I don't have
cruising
that
around.
anymore though.
Oh, okay.
It was a 1994 Continental, or we named it Connie for some reason. I don't know. It was like an old Class C.
Okay.
Yeah, but we just drove that thing around. I bought that, and me and my girlfriend drove it from basically, where did we buy that? I don't know, somewhere in California. We bought it and then drove from, basically we hit up, we were looking at Boise. We drove around like the PCH, kind of NorCal, and then like basically the Central Coast areas, San Luis Obispo and Santa Cruz, and then Newport, Huntington area, which I've lived before, but it's just so expensive down there. And then we drove over to Scottsdale, and we were just like, because we were looking for a place so we can just like walk to everything. We didn't want to drive everywhere.
Scottsdale?
Yeah.
It's kind of a car culture.
It is, but we live in Old Town.
Oh,
so
yeah, you can walk everywhere.
we can walk everywhere we want. Yeah, it's everything's down there. Unless I need to come to your house.
Yeah. When I lived in Old Town, that was a long time ago.
You lived in Old Town?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
When I first moved here.
Okay.
Wild,
Getting down,
young
huh?
and wild and free, man. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty over like the whole party thing.
Yeah. It took me a little longer to grow up, I think. It was.
How old were you
Scottsdale.
when you lived here?
So I moved here when I was 26,
Okay.
and I didn't get married till I was 41.
Attaboy.
So I had and I've been married for 16 years, and it's the best half of my life for sure. But
Congrats.
And beautiful family, and
Yeah.
just blessed. But I wouldn't change it. I mean, I think I'm happy I stayed. I took, everybody has a different pathway.
Yeah, for sure.
I had fun being single,
Yeah.
and I think I was too immature. There's not think. I was I was just immature.
Yeah, Scottsdale will do that too.
Not in
yeah.
my business life, just in my personal life.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's just Scottsdale for you.
Yeah,
It's just
like Miami or LA.
yeah. I mean, I've only been here for a year, and like I'm just like we live in the heart of it. Like we live right next to everything, and like Fridays and Saturdays at this point,
Zoo.
I'm just like, oh my god,
It's a zoo.
just let me park my car.
Yeah.
Just want to park my car and eat some food and go to bed.
So what's next on the agenda with your company?
for
What
the
are you guys doing
company?
now? Yeah.
Yeah, so we're working on scaling right now. We're like I said, it's just been making sense for brands. So we're taking on a bunch of clients that are just awesome, that makes sense, and we're doing a lot of different like IP film projects for brands. And then we're
What's
also,
IP mean?
intellectual property.
Okay.
So like actual filmed,
Sure. IP,
custom content that like has a meaningful impact. So,
Okay.
we can grab a brand and an athlete that totally makes sense together, and then go make something really sick and that people want to watch. And that's kind of like the whole. We can make series off of that, make different shows for brands or just shows for us.
Like kite surfing for a spine provider?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe we could get a catamaran company
Yeah.
and a kite surfer and you, and
Yeah.
then we go on some trips and go to Bali and go to somewhere and
Sure.
do some cool shit.
Love Bali. Been there. Kite surfing is hard on your body.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Very hard. Well, not as hard as hitting a tree with your skiing.
Well, I mean, you're strapped into like a whole pull
Yeah, you got a
cable
harness.
and
You got a harness.
and
Yeah. And you can eject pretty easy. But I've had the bottom of my feet 10 feet off the ground and landed not the way I wanted.
Oh, yeah.
It hurts. And
You ever like have to deal with like landing on reef?
no, I avoid reefs. I'm pretty aware of where they are. I mean, well, that's not true. I've been dragged across reefs, but not like
Paid the tax.
crashed. Yeah, tore up my feet and skinned me a little bit, but never crashed like from altitude onto a reef.
Where do you normally go around here?
So
Or is
it's
it
hard
more
around
just like
here.
a
There's
California thing?
not really. California's not so good. The wind, like the Hood River, is
yeah.
pretty good in Oregon and
Colombia.
Yeah,
as well?
Yeah. And we'll go down to La Ventana, Mexico. That's pretty world class
Okay.
down there. And go to like southern Texas is good. Florida, the Caribbean.
Southern Texas, like Corpus Christi?
Yeah, Corpus Christi, South Padre Islands.
Okay.
Really good consistent wind.
Anything in Florida?
Yeah, at Crandon Park off of Key Biscayne. It's pretty
Okay.
good. That's one of the places I learned. There's a really terrible place to go. It's called Lake Mojave. It's Laughlin. It's on the border of Nevada and Arizona.
Okay.
And there's a Venturi, so the wind blows through really well. You get these pretty good thermals, really great thermals. But it's in the summer, and it's
so
hot, man.
yeah.
118 degrees. You're getting roasted.
How hot's the water? Like 90?
It's warm. Yeah. Sometimes we'll go in April, but then you're freezing. Then I got to have a wetsuit.
Wetsuit on.
It's just really cold. So
Yeah,
it's
geez.
best in the summer when the thermals are there.
Okay.
But it's almost not worth it with the heat.
I was going to
It's
say, I mean, even
You're roast. There's no shade.
doing
There's no
anything
trees.
at 115 plus
118,
is just
yeah.
terrible.
And you can't launch off the shore because it's all rocks.
So you got to get
The
in.
worst part of kite surfing is on the shore. That's the most dangerous place, right? Because you hit a wind, the wind hits you, and your head hits a rock. But kite surfing is really good for spine injuries. I never had a neck, not catastrophic, like you know, but I never had whiplash in my life, which helped me be a better spine provider. Because my neck, when you whiplashed, there's a lot of post-traumatic scar tissue you get in your neck because the joints are really small.
Yeah.
That's why you see all these cheesy personal injury attorneys around town, ambulance chasers.
Call Raffy.
Exactly. Because the joints are easily injured. And so, whiplash and Raffy and kite surfing. Maybe get a video for you there, man.
There's your brand connections right there.
That's great.
No, it's funny. But
Funny stuff.
Did you ever get injured? Like kite
Serious
surfing?
injury? Just sprained my neck.
Okay.
I've almost drowned. I got
I'd say that's a
injury.
injury.
If your kite gets in a death loop, I was down in I was across the bay from St. Bart's and St. Martin, and you never want to kite surf when there's an onshore wind. You want it to be side shore, because it's hard to get out and the wind's blowing.
Onshore meaning like it's
Blowing
blowing
straight towards the beach?
shore. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you want it side. So if it's running straight towards the beach, it's hard to get out, and if you get or completely offshore,
You don't want that.
you want to get dragged out to sea. And I was an onshore wind. I'd been down there, and I got in trouble. Got hooked and was being dragged through the water like Spider-Man, like wall fours.
And your thing was just
I
in the
couldn't.
air.
It was in the water,
Oh,
in a
geez.
wave, dragging me, and I couldn't get unhooked.
Do you have a knife on you or something?
You do. I didn't have to cut it. I was able to flag it out, but that's pretty scary, man.
Yeah.
It's the safety mechanisms are a lot better today with kite surfing, but it's a dangerous sport. And so we'll talk about injuries because that's the space I'm in, spine and pain. Your back. Tell me about it a little bit.
Yeah. Well, so
That was a serious injury. You hit a tree going
I never
backwards.
got it checked out.
You never had images or anything.
Nothing.
You are an extreme athlete. That's just like your buddy Clayton.
No, dude, he's an
He's
extreme
broke every
athlete.
bone. I remember how many bones he's broken.
He's
in his
broken
body.
a lot. I don't even think I've broken. I've only broken like my wrist, my couple fingers, and I mean maybe I don't think I broke my back.
Good to know.
yeah. And then I don't think I didn't.
So you hit a tree.
It's kind of fucked up.
So you hit a tree. I mean, it knocks the wind out of you. It probably gave you a concussion. I mean, what did you? So you just kind of shook it
I
off.
was
You're
for
young.
sure-
You're early 20s.
Was
right?
for sure concussed. I've had a couple of those, but for sure concussed. Because I've had a few now, and it's like at the time I was like I didn't know it, but because I was only 19, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But I was definitely concussed. But I ended up fishing my way out of the tree because I fell into a tree well after that.
Oh, that's gonna be dangerous.
It was a shit day, and got out of there, got my skis back on, and like my lower back was just like killing me. Like I had like my neck was immediately sore. Like I knew I was messed up, and I ended up getting able to just like ski down, and like immediately like there was like a bar,
Of course.
right? Which is there. It was like almost.
what I'd have
It was
done, too.
almost 4
When I
o'clock.
was your age. Yeah.
It was almost 4 o'clock.
Après skiing.
Yeah, well,
Perfect.
it was just like everything was closing. We were on the backside, and so like the chair was gonna close, but I didn't want to like get right back on a chair because I just had to like.
Pain.
I was just like I just hit a tree, and so I just walk in there, and like the people that like were working the bar, they could like see.
See the look on your
They
face.
could just see that I was fucked up, and they're like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Can I have a beer?" And like they just gave me a Corona. And I remember drinking a beer, and I was like, in that moment, it was just like the best thing that could have happened. I was just like, "Thank God."
$100 beer.
I was just getting worked, dude. And at the time I was 19, I didn't even think. I was just like, somebody just hand me a beer, please. But yeah, that was like a bad one. And then I kind of like went a couple weeks, healed up for that one. And then the next season, I did this other thing where I was like, I ended up hitting this rock and I kind of went forward and like my back, I like basically folded like a chair. And
Forward or backwards?
I went forward, but I was going this way.
Spraining all your ligaments in your back.
I don't know what it was, but something popped, and I was like upside down, going forwards, and I basically folded like that. And so, like when I did that, my whole weight just like pushed against this, and like if this is my lower back, I can just feel it like whatever happened. I don't know, but yeah, ever since then, if I do any squats or deadlifts, like the lower right side of my back is just kills me. Like I don't ever do like heavy deadlifts or squats.
you
Even like
shouldn't.
135 like is too much. Like I used to squat a lot, like 225, 315, like I would hit a bunch of reps and whatever. Now I can only do the resistance machines or like the leg press.
Yeah.
So I'm an old
Don't
man.
do leg press, man. No, you're young. You're young, actually. I've been to spine, like scientific conferences where spine surgeons commenting, rehab physicians, and like this is a guaranteed herniated disc maker. The if you think about the hip sled,
You're talking about the leg press?
leg press and hip sled, because it's really hard to keep when you're
Like any variation of it?
almost one-legged. If you do them one-legged, you're a little safer.
Okay.
But the problem is when you're doing those exercises, it's hard to keep that lordosis in your low back, that curve. Your back will flatten out against the bench.
Yeah.
And that loads the discs. So literally, probably the worst thing you could do are leg presses or a hip sled. You know, where you're on an angle, feet are up in the air at a 45 degree.
And then the chair moves?
Yeah.
That's the one we have.
Bad news, man.
Okay, I won't do it anymore.
Really, and after a person's had a spine injury, deadlifts and squats are just a bad idea. It's just because
I kind of wish I never did them anyway. Because like...
Yeah, they're hard on you. We took some images in university of guys doing those. And the amount of pressure on the... It's because there's, there's
and you're
also...
20, you're like, I want to lift heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Heavy as you can get.
Ego lifting. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't. Core for the spine is everything. Once you've had a serious ligamentous injury like you've had, I've had multiple. I mean, my back's destroyed.
Yeah.
And I had such a herniated disc that it crushed the nerve in my back and my leg and my butt wasted away. I lost a reflex in my foot. Couldn't lift my foot. I mean, I was should have been operated on, and that was 20 years ago. Rehabbed out of it, and I kite surf and snowboard and do all that stuff. But it's only because I train my core every day.
Yeah.
And you can strengthen your legs, but you got to just be real careful.
Yeah, for sure. And that's honestly like where I'm at too. It's like if I don't work out like for basically every day,
You're in trouble.
I'm in trouble. I'm like, I'm a slave to it. Cause like if I don't do it, my back will start hurting. I've also torn both my labrums.
Okay.
And if I stop doing like shoulder exercises every
trouble.
day,
It's a gift.
I feel it.
It's a gift.
I literally feel it.
That's what I literally, when I, because there was a time in my career where I'd go run a 10K and I'd just do the glamour muscles in my 20s, do, legs and arms, never train my core and go run 10Ks. And then after I had my spine injury, I had to train my core.
Have to.
It's a gift. It's a gift for the rest, because the rest of your life, if you don't have your spine, you just can't do anything.
You got nothing, dude.
You can't do anything.
Oh yeah. If I would go through a spasm after cause I never got it checked out, but like my back would basically freeze up sometimes. And I would have to like lay on the ground with my feet up on a thing.
Bench, ice on your back.
I used to think my dad was like all full of shit when he was telling me to get an adjustable base, like because he's a bed salesman, right? Or he owned a bed company, and I was like, yeah, dad, whatever. And after my injury, now I'm like, I'm 30, so I finally got one, and they're like, if my back hurts, it's literally such a blessing to have my feet be able to raise up.
Yeah.
And then in the morning I can do like flutter kicks and whatever.
Yeah.
My back's better in a couple days.
Yeah. Mattress is key.
It's really crazy how much it does.
The center third of the mattress has to be strong.
Yeah,
where all the
for
weight
sure.
is, and so solid mattresses are good. Tell your dad, shout out to a man who knows mattresses.
For sure, James Smith, man, he's the guy.
He's the
he
man.
needed bed.
Yeah.
Hit him up.
Yeah.
No, there was this girl that used to work for him, and she was so good at like finding mattresses for people that she'd get thank you cards of like people that like basically like said you like not cured my back injury, but like.
Well, no, it gives them. Hey,
gives them a new life.
Think about how much time you spend in bed.
Yeah, it's like a third of your life or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I've had patients tell me they picked their car by the seat.
Yeah. Oh,
I
for sure pick the car by the seat, because I'll drive 9 hours to California every month, and if my back starts hurting, I take a water bottle and I put it right where that pain is, and I'll be good for then. But
ice and so you're putting that curve in your low back.
Yeah, I got to make sure, because if it's not curved, then
You're in
9
trouble.
hours of sitting, I'm hurting.
You're getting out like an old man, and you're still young.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm an old man, dude.
Yeah.
I got the back
train
of a
your core.
50-year-old.
Yeah, I probably got an 80-year-old back.
Yeah.
But again, you can choose that like you're an entrepreneur. You can pick that. Is that a challenge? Or because used to see patients. And people with spine injuries, a couple ways you can take it, kind of like with your company. You get a new challenge. Do you consider it a challenge, or is it your victim? You know, and it's tough, especially if somebody injures you.
Yeah.
Get injured by no fault of your own. That's the mental side, right, of overcoming a spine injury. And I think there's correlations to the trauma a business owner goes through. There's real trauma.
Yeah.
You live it, and you'll live it more the bigger your company gets, the more employees
I'm
you
not looking
have.
forward to like doing that.
It's part of it, man. You get bored just doing what you're doing. Too.
I know. I'm definitely the kind of guy that if I just do mundane stuff and not progressing, then I get bored for sure. And everything I do, I think, really. Yeah.
Good stuff. So a couple more questions. Are you a reader? You like to read?
I do audiobooks.
Audiobooks.
If I read, I just get distracted.
Yeah.
And so like I'll read. It's weird. I'll like read the book, and I'll go through like pages, and I'll literally have no idea what I read because I'm thinking about something else.
Because you had a concussion.
Maybe
I'm just
I've had a
kidding.
couple. Yeah, definitely had a few.
Yeah. I like audiobooks too.
Yeah.
It's really, and sometimes I'll listen to an audiobook and get the paperback,
Yeah.
and you can
Follow along.
So what recent any audiobooks you do, nonfiction that
I just did How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Dale Carnegie.
That was a cool one.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I read that 35 years ago before you were born.
Yeah, it's just basically a book how to be a cool dude.
Yeah. Treat people with respect.
Just be a nice guy. Don't be a dick.
Yeah, don't be a dick. Stop talking about yourself all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was good at that.
Which is kind of weird because we're podcasting and I'm the guy here. So.
Well, but I'm asking you questions.
Yeah,
There's a role
fair,
here.
fair.
Yeah.
Maybe I haven't asked you enough questions.
Everybody knows my story.
Yeah, it's fair. It's your podcast.
My podcast.
They were like, stop asking him questions.
Yeah. So How to Win Friends and Influence People. What about a business book you've read?
What was it called? The Little Red Book of...
Yeah. Little Red Book on sales. Or
something like that, yeah.
Customer satisfaction.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, I got really into this book about Genghis Khan. I forget the name of it, but it was an audio. I treat them like podcasts. I don't really... I'm terrible. I don't look at the author or anything.
Yeah,
I
do
just
that
listen to
too.
them.
Just listen to it.
Yeah. I love history.
Or a summary.
Yeah.
I like listening to summaries.
I like summaries, but I'm a big podcast guy, and I love podcasts mainly.
Who are your top 2 or 3 podcasts you like?
I love Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I love Darknet Diaries. And then I used to listen to Crime Junkies, but it just kind of got, I don't know, a little dark and like, it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
It's like, carry a gun, close your door. I don't know. Yeah. But I don't know. I love Darknet Diaries a lot because it's like, there's these crazy stories about stuff that happens in the dark web or networks of the world and like people hacking into stuff. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
It's pretty cool. Jack Resider does that one, and he does a really good job. But yeah, I'll pick and choose if I listen to the Joe Rogan ones though. If I like the scientific stuff or the historical guys. But yeah, really any history stuff I do love. I'll listen to like action sports podcasts sometimes, but I'm a little I don't know. There's like definitely this weird mental thing with doing what I do. There's like a lot of I would say it's kicking a dead horse when I've like seen pretty much every video on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter that has to do with action sports. And it's funny because my friends will like send me stuff or like show me and I've
seen it.
I've for sure seen it, but I don't say that.
Be rude.
I'm not gonna be rude. I'm like, oh, it's crazy. Yeah, no, it's definitely crazy. And it's also like, we watch a lot of people get hurt because it's like just over and over videos and videos. We'll get like, people sending us stuff, 40, 50 videos a day sometimes. And it's just like, now we have like teams of people helping us out, but for years it was just me and Noah just like doing everything. And we get burnt out pretty quick.
Yeah. A lot of work when you're wearing different hats.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. But then, and I feel bad, but like when there's action sports podcasts or other things that are like in the space that people for sure love. It's for me, it's like, I can't do. It's like work at home.
Yeah,
I do love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's
sure,
just like
it's your passion.
over and over everything.
You want to
I
get out
do.
of that space.
I gotta go listen to a history podcast or something about
change.
something
Sense.
that's completely off base.
Like I
for
can't.
me.
That same thing with medicine and spine. And
Yeah.
enough of that. I want something else. So last questions about you mentioned scaling.
Yeah.
Because growing your company, I think it's what we're all about, right? I mean, it's every entrepreneur wants to grow the company. I mean, you'll never, So scaling, What about goal setting? Because I'm kind of on this odyssey now. I've got a lot of employees and trying to get them to, and myself, not just them, but goal setting and scaling. What's your process for that? Do you have one specifically or not really?
Now I do. But before,
Anything nuanced or new that you're doing with that?
Yeah. So before it was just kind of running and gunning and just making sure we get good
Stay
content out
busy,
there,
yeah.
stay busy, make sure we get in the views that we always get, right? But now it's like with, now we have brands to worry about. Now we have these, other goals to keep in mind to keep the lights on, right?
Sure.
And how do we monetize in the correct way? And I think if you put it into one word, it's clarity, making sure like you have everything very clear on what you need, what your clients need, what your athlete is or your athletes need. And it's like, it's
Crystal clear goals.
crystal clear goals, but also like that match the vision of the company. So, like
You can get competing goals.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of them for years. You didn't even realize it. Sometimes you don't even realize you've got competing goals.
Yeah, no, you for sure do. I mean, once you get, especially in what we're doing, because like you have an audience that obviously likes to consume the content that you make, but if the goal of a brand that you're working with kind of is like, if you don't think it's like right in line with what you're doing, now your audience, you're gonna be like, okay, well, our audience isn't gonna like that, and they're gonna be like, oh, this is like just
Garbage.
stupid. Yeah, this is garbage, right? So that's for sure a big clarity piece that we make sure we like hit every time. But scaling wise, it's like we just brought on the XVP of outside TV. His name's Rob Ferris.
Oh, wow, cool.
And
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. And he's awesome, like really awesome guy. And
Is he going to be? He's going to be operations guy, or is he
he doesn't
kind of defining his role?
kind of say whatever he wants to be, but at the high level, he's really just helping us strategize and helping us reposition ourselves in a place where we want to be. Because he's done it, he's seen it, he's seen companies do it. Obviously, that was like the last generation of companies like magazines and different media businesses. But now moving into what we're doing, our goal is to kind of become the Barstool Sports of action sports, if you will, but a little bit obviously with our own twist on it. But yeah, he's really just kind of coming in, helping put together the right people and just help us understand exactly where we're trying to go and clearly define those goals.
Cool.
So it's really been cool, and we get to bounce stuff off of him, because before this, it was like, just us running in the dark. We have no idea what we're doing.
Most entrepreneurs don't.
Yeah, so
You
we're running
fail
and gunning,
fast.
man. We're like, I guess we could do this, but now it's kind of cool because there's no how to make an action sports company for dummies. Like there isn't. There's nothing. So there's only a couple people in the space really, and we've connected with a lot of them, and there's a lot of good people out there. That's one thing about action sports is like never met like a bad person or like somebody that I
cool
don't.
population.
Yeah, just cool people that aren't just nice people. But yeah, it's there's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of people out there. So having somebody like that to kind of bounce stuff off of is awesome. And then just bringing on people that are really good at what they do, like Clayton. He's literally one of the best creative production minds. And then Quinn Taplin, he works with Clayton all the time, but they both do their own thing in production, and they really kind of saw what we were doing, and they're like, we'd love to be a part of it. So it's super cool that people want to be a part of what we got going on. And
you guys are young and that's ambitious. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I love seeing it.
Just trying to do something.
That's great. It's great stuff.
It's like kind of ironic though. It's like really, I think the whole reason we did all this was just to have fun, because it was a hobby at first, and then we're like, well, maybe we can travel because of this and go see the world, which turned out to be true. And then the whole reason that we were like, we have anything but a real job. And then now we just have like so much more to do than a regular job. Like a regular job would be so much easier.
Sure.
Like
An entrepreneur's
401k, 9 to
is
5, shut off at 5, I'm good.
never ending. But it's cool that you started something you're passionate about, and now you're turning it into a career.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure.
That's good stuff. So any advice for somebody your space? New guy, little 19-year-old kid, wanting to get in your space. What would you tell them?
Your friends are going to think you're lazy. In a sense, it might be true, but just get clarity early. The earlier you can get clarity on like what you're doing, what your business is, and why you bring value to other people, whether it's action sports or not. I mean, but
Yeah.
I think that's probably the biggest thing.
Get started early.
Yeah, because you can get you can get a pretty good roadmap of what you're doing, even if you're just doing something for a hobby. You know, there's ways to do it. It takes time though, but
Sure.
yeah, just get clarity early.
All right. How do people find you, Parker?
Go on Instagram, get Sendy. Or we're just starting a YouTube, so go follow us there too. Get Sendy on YouTube. Yeah, if you search Get Sendy, you'll find it.
All right. I hope today's episode helps you stand taller in your own shoes and allows you to take some risks, and you can find this guy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks, man.
It's nice meeting you.